our dear viewer, and welcome once again to Political Cafe Discussions, a platform where we get to interview political aspirants vying for various seats in the 2022 election. So today, we are joined by Honorable Felix Wambua, who is an aspiring MCA in Wamunyu, Yathui ward. Honorable Felix, kindly introduce yourself to the viewer so that they can get to learn more about you.
Thank you so much, Madam Violet, for this wonderful moment that you have prepared and organized for this interview. My names are Felix Wambua, a great son of Wamunyu, Yathui ward. My village is Mangolota village, which is in Nyani sublocation. Nyani sublocation is in Yathui location. Yathui location is among the two locations that make up Wamunyu Yathui ward, which has 8 sub-locations. Thank you very much for this wonderful session.
So, Honorable Felix.
Yes, please.
What inspired you to become or to vie for an MCA seat in Wamunyu ward? Kindly share with us your story.
Yeah, this is not something that I just woke up and thought about it, or I was not pushed by anyone to go for this seat. This is something that started way back while I was still at school, at campus, through the serving other students, fighting for students' welfare. That is in Makerere University back in 2008 when I joined in first year until 2014 when I graduated. Serving humanity is one way of serving God, and as I am from a very humble background, which is a Christian background, I saw it better to serve other poor communities through leadership. And I know through good leadership, through good governance, we can change way of living. You know, when we say we need equity, we need fairness, we need justice, all those are Christian values. And when we hand over leadership to people who do not know God, it means that we are handing over our nation, our country, our world to destruction, to people who are just thinking of themselves. So I just want an opportunity to show people and to show the world how a Christian can serve the world, how a Christian can serve from village level and bring light to the world level.
Please share with us any work that you have done in the community. Do you serve in church, or have you maybe volunteered in a community-based organization? Kindly share with us.
Yeah, way back in 2016, way back in 2016. Before then, in 2013, when I was still at campus, I organized an event that was meant to enlighten the communities about planning, that is urban and regional planning. I had a public lecture at Mbaikini Secondary School that was sponsored by various leaders. That was Susan Musyoka, the women rep of then, and the sitting MP now, who is Kawaya. I organized that event that was meant to ensure that people understand the value of their land. They know how to keep the environment clean and safe, because it's everything that land is a factor of production, and everything that we do revolves around land and the climate. So how we handle our land, how we handle our environment, it's all what affects the climate, and climate which affects our livelihood. Let's say in agriculture, let's say in water cycles. Yeah, that was back in 2013. In 2016, I organized an event that still emanates. I got the idea from my course, that was urban planning, on how we can make our cities grow, how we can make our markets grow. That's when I organized an event that was a Wamunyu Cultural Festival. The main idea was to attract and bring more people to Wamunyu to come and see and learn more about the Kamba culture. Through all this, we would pull people who would come in the course of attending the event, spend their monies in our local shops, in our local kiosks, and through that, we would be empowering the local business people. Through that, those people might also get an opportunity to invest in our Wamunyu, and Wamunyu market to grow. We know Wamunyu has been in the history of all markets within Mwala sub-county. Wamunyu is the most famous market, but today it has been surpassed by other markets. It has been outgrown by other markets, like let's say Masi, let's say Makutano. So something needs to be done, and I saw through Wamunyu Festival we could revamp the economy of Wamunyu and put it in the same line with other markets. So I didn't only stop at Wamunyu Festival. My desire, my goal is to see a better country, a better world. My desire is to see people improving their living standards. I've also been involved in community meetings whereby we are discussing on how we are going to maintain our water. That was Wamoya. It went how it went, and I learned a lot from it. That is the water issue. We know our land has had many challenges that emanate from droughts, that emanate from especially when it comes to dry season. You find that we don't have food security. Our animals, that is domestic animals, are at danger. Some even end up dying, lack food. So when we handle the project well, I learned that we can protect, we can have food security, we can have healthy animals, we can have even a healthy market, because water is life. So that one I could not do much because I've not been in the committee of the water board. I just wanted to learn more because I was preparing for days to come to know how I shall solve future problems. And again, we have now have a million trees planting program. I've been since last year we have been planting trees. We have planted 50 seedlings in every church. We have now started distributing 10 seedlings in every home. So far, we have distributed more than 20,000 seedlings this year alone, and we are still doing it. So mine is about working with communities and ensuring that we protect everything that make the community life whole again, make community life healthy life. We know of the issue of our natural resources. Wamunyu has only very few natural resources, and mostly people will depend on the sand that is from Athi River. We know the challenges that is facing the sand industry. We know the impact in our environment. So there are so many things that we have been involved with. I've worked with the local leaders, that is the village elders from Iondoni area. I've worked with the local leaders from Nyaani region, where we have the Iondoni river which borders Wamunyu and Modedeni. We have been involved in so many activities even before in the first government of when we adopted the 2010 constitution. I was very close and worked very close with the then MCA, who was Honorable Chuli. I moved with him from village to village. I got to understand that every village has its unique challenges, and we know that has been a problem when leaders wake up and generalize all the problems of Wamunyu into one sentence and say Wamunyu needs water. Yet that challenge could be a challenge for one village or for one sub-location. So I've learned a lot, and I've learned to ensure that every village, every sub-location, every location has its unique challenges that needs unique solutions. So Madam Violet, I've not been idle since 2017 when I vied my first time. That was my first attempt in 2017 up to date. The ground knows, people know on ground that I've been consistent. I've been everywhere, wherever there is a community or public participation event during burials, during pre-wedding ceremonies, or what we call in our local dialect, Ngasya and Ndeo. I've been with the people, and people know that I understand Wamunyu and its challenges better than any other competitor. Thank you so much for the question.
Right, welcome. So I'd like to delve deeper and get to know, why do you want to become an MCA?
Okay,
Is there a gap you have seen?
In every leadership there are some gaps and problems that are supposed to be solved. When we are at at community level. We have leaders at community level, at sub-county level, up to national level. I feel that Wamunyu has been left behind, and all the challenges that we are facing is as a result of I won't call it poor leadership, but incompetent. The leaders that we have been electing are they look strong, they have good ideas, but they are incompetent when it comes to implementation of their ideas. Mine is to ensure that we don't just go by the bright ideas that we form or we come up with in our manifestos just to lure voters to vote us. We need someone who is witty enough, who is brilliant enough to make everything tangible on ground. That's what is missing. We have had people who speak, who are so eloquent in spitting lies to public, people who are so eloquent in promising nothing, people who are so fluent in giving empty promises, let me say. And this time, people of Wamunyu needs a performer. They are tired of stories. They are tired of being manipulated and being used only during elections. So this time around, people just need someone they can reach. You know, the leadership of Wamunyu has been put in at a level that local mwananchi, the local people of Wamunyu, cannot reach it. Now, as we speak today, very many people are complaining that when they raise their phones, they cannot reach Mheshimiwa or his PA or his office, in short. We need leadership that is there for the people. I mean, utongoi ute kilasi kana utongoi ute siao. Just leadership which is too low, where people can reach it. So mine is to ensure that we fill that leadership vacuum, we fill that gap, and we also set up we set standards of Wamunyu leadership, because since the late Councillor Ngalatu left Wamunyu, things have never been flowing anymore. When you look at the market, it looks like a market that has never been attended since independence to date. Other markets have been tarmacked or have pavers in the streets of the market. Other markets have these wooden stalls. They have got new stalls from the county government. So we need to see that we give Wamunyu a face that matches its name. You know, Wamunyu, as it is, it's a big name in the map of the world, because you know Wamunyu is the home of the wood carving in Kenya, in East Africa. And when someone hears of Wamunyu, thinks of a big city, thinks of a nice market, thinks of somewhere where you can get all amenities, social amenities, and you can enjoy life, you can do everything, business, have better working facilities, and so on and so forth. So there are those things that we need. You know, leadership. And Wamunyu, as it is, does not only need someone to oversight the works or the projects of the county government on ground. It needs someone who can think outside box and make sure that he treats Wamunyu as his home. We have had people who treat Wamunyu as a second home, but Wamunyu needs someone who is loyal, who is patriot, and treats Wamunyu as his or her home. Yeah.
All right. So once you are elected as an MCA, how are you going to tackle unemployment in Wamunyu, as well as inadequate healthcare in Wamunyu?
Yeah, thank you. It's a good question, and as you know, unemployment is a world challenge, my dear, and you know, all the world challenges must start to be solved from the village level. And that's why I believe, though I have all the qualifications even for a senate, I need to start at Wamunyu and seeing my people do well. For instance, we have so many cooperatives in Wamunyu. You know, there is this Wamunyu Dairy Cooperative Society. It is started way back in early 90s, when milk had value and when farmers enjoyed their profession, that is their farming. Today, no one is interested in doing farming. Why? Because the industry is dying. We have cartels all over, and those people are not only killing the industry, but the future of generations to come. So what we need is to work together as people, work with the relevant people that are involved in every sector of our economy. That is, if it's in agriculture, that is, in agriculture, we have several societies. For instance, we have the slaughterhouse as its CBO. Slaughterhouse as its CBO, the milk industry as the Wamunyu Cooperative Society. If those two could be backed up, could be supported and connected to the other organizations that fund such projects, you see, those projects, they would create more vacancies for more people. So we cannot do anything to our economy if we don't fight a giant, a mammoth we call corruption. And corruption is not only in the central government, it starts from grassroots. And that's why we need people that are honest, people that are true to what they say, people that are genuinely, as I said, who call Wamunyu their home. Because when I see a population that is languishing in poverty and we have industries that can be revived, it means that that pain is on me. I believe that I cannot become rich when others are not rich. I cannot be comfortable when others are not comfortable. You can bear me witness today. If you drive to Wamunyu, just stop your car, more than 20 guys will surround you, and they don't need anything much. They just need 20 shillings from you. What does that imply? Poverty levels are too high. So we need to create that, we need to eradicate that syndrome, that dependency syndrome which is there, and show people that they can work using their hands. We have seen what farmers are doing along Athi River, the greenhouses, how we have become the producers of tomatoes and sukuma wiki, which was a thing that never existed. Now, if we could get markets for these industries, soon we are going to now to start having, we are going to introduce value additional programs to this produce that we are getting from our farms. My dear, even if we go to technology, we go digital, agree with me that agriculture is the backbone of our economy, and it's agriculture that is supposed to be employing masses of our population. So let's show people and encourage people to understand that everything that we do surrounds or can only have its solution from the soil. And if we work well, if we use our land well, we can ensure that we do not have this dependency syndrome. We do not have the high levels of unemployment. And we need to be simple, we need to be small, and from starting small, one day we can become big and host even the horticulture industry, have its centers in Wamunyu for exporting the pilipili hoho, for exporting the dania, avocado. All those things are here with us, but we are sleeping. We just elect people who think that their job is to go and sit in the assemblies, or to go and sit to approve budgets, or to go and sit to oversight government projects. No, we need people that are down with the people and reasoning with the people.
All right. Thank you for answering that and addressing unemployment in Wamunyu ward, Wamunyu Yathui ward. The other
Sure.
thing I'd like to hear from you is how are you going to tackle like healthcare? Because you find that healthcare has become expensive. Even residents go to the hospitals, they don't even find any drugs. Even gloves, they have to go and purchase gloves. So I'd like to hear from you, even if you are elected as an MCA, how are you going to tackle the issue of inadequate healthcare in Wamunyu and more so the greater Machakos County?
Yeah, as I handle this question, my dear, I agree with me that health sector is a big issue that cannot be handled by one individual. As a person, I'm planning to ensure that I mobilize my people, especially the border guys in that industry where they are prone to accidents. I encourage them to register to the NHIF program. I will also ensure that we also have as many as possible women who join the community health insurance. We have the insurance program by the county government. We need to ensure that we take advantage of such. And when we go to the county assembly, we are meeting other MCAs. We need our people. May they be from Masinga, may they be from Makutano, Kitengela, wherever. Just bring people on board who can reason out and who can come up with policies that will force the government to take everything serious that they put across or that they pass as a bill. Mine is to encourage also the national government to be very vigilant, especially the treasury. All the some that were meant for medicine are misused, are diverted to other programs that are maybe self-centered programs, not for the community interest. We need to be very keen when going for elections. Health is something that we cannot. If I was to be asked, I would encourage the national government to maintain that docket and ensure that it's fully implemented, because at the county level we have some people who are joking, and when given opportunity, I'll ensure that I serve my people without fear or favor of anyone. I don't care how my relationship is going to be with my bosses. All I mind about is the people, because it's the people who give me power to do whatever I need to do in the assembly. Without the people's power, nothing can happen. So people, whenever you are called by your leaders and they enlighten you on something that is going at a miss in the county assemblies, you take in, listen to them, and we can even march to those assemblies, because we have some leaders that have been manipulated, that have been bought, that have sold their consent to the county bosses to ensure that funds are misused, are not used in the right way as stipulated in the budget. So health is something that is key, and health is wealth. When the world is sick, the nation is sick. When people are sick, it implies that we don't have the future. We must ensure that we protect our health to the last drop of our blood. So I'll do my best to ensure that we work with the NHIF, we work with the insurance companies to ensure that Wamunyu people are well catered for, because we cannot treat people with arambes, fundraising. It's not enough. So my people need to wake up and also embrace the ideas that we bring on board and register as become participants in contributing to NHIF, which will take care of them during their sick days. Yeah, thank you. That's all I think for now I have at hand on health.
All right, all right. Now, there has been cases of lack of bursaries, with regard to education. You find that there are children who are unable now to continue with education because of lack of school fees in Wamunyu, Yathui ward. How are you going to address this as an elected MCA?
One thing I've understood, even from the introduction of business in class 6, I think class 5, you realize that resources are never enough, my dear. And with that's why I said we need someone who thinks beyond the small budget that the government allocates to the county government, the national government allocates to the county government. Maybe these gentlemen who are in office right now, they are trying their best, but they cannot think beyond what they are receiving from the county government. I say when it comes to allocation of funds, especially to the community, it's a challenge. And when it's a challenge, especially when you come with little or meager funds, which cannot even serve a eighth of the population, people will not think that you are doing enough. When you are a leader, you are a spokesperson of your community, of your ward. When you are a leader, you are if you wake up and knock doors of various NGOs, various community-based organizations, they can help you in educating your community. You cannot only rely on the bursaries. That's what I know. And a leader is someone who is trusted. For instance, Wamunyu Yathui ward has a population now approximately 32,000 people. If you speak on behalf of 32,000 people, even World Bank can listen to you. So I think our leaders are somewhere not, they are sleeping. They are not, they don't know what it means by being an MCA. Yeah.
All right, all right. Lastly, even as you are coming to the end of the broadcast, I would like to hear about your core values. Like, what are you passionate about? What are your convictions? You know, so kindly share with us.
Yeah, one thing is that we need to be honest in our work. I'm a team player. I like working as a team, and I know team means together each will achieve more. So I cannot do much without a team, and that's why I always do consultation in everything that I do. We need to be responsible. We need to, when you commit, you say something, you need to live to ensure that you walk your talk. That's something that I've lived and I've always admired and wanted to ensure that people, we always say this is what politicians say, this is how they behave. We need to change that narrative and bring a new definition of the word a leader. We know being a leader, you must be a servant. We must be industrious. We must be serving our people. You are not elected to sit in that posh car. You are not elected to sit in that office or to attend the high-end meetings when Mama Boga, when the women in their table banking, when they need you, maybe they need just to buy a tent or utensils. They need to start outside catering project. We need to ensure that whatever we promise, we give to these people. That's being honest. Everything. I may say that we need to be religiously Christians, not just Christians by the name, not just Christians by shouting praise God when greeting people. So we need to ensure that as a person, I believe that what I do to you will one day reciprocate to me, and it doesn't need to be from another human being. I believe there is God in heaven, and all what we have been doing doesn't mean that I must get your vote. We do things to ensure that we leave a legacy. Mine is to leave a legacy. When I die, somebody will say that grave, that is where the man who planted 1,000,000 trees lies. That is the man who saved a girl child from unwanted pregnancies. That is the man who gave hope to drug addicts. That is the man who gave hope to the elderly when they are, when they become old, they need a lot of attention. Those are the things, some of the things which may not be captured in my manifesto, but they are in my heart, that they are in my head. So when we talk of values, it's just having the community first, and me will be the last. It will be the community, the community, the community always, because if you value the community will value too. Yeah, those are the things that I believe are guiding me in my operations, in my business of making Wamunyu great again. Yeah.
All right, all right. So thank you so much, Honorable Felix Wambua, and we wish you all the best, even as the election period draws nigh. So just know that even as political cafe discussions, we are happy that we've given you this particular platform so that you may share with your voters your agenda. And dear voter, you've heard what Honorable Felix Wambua has said. And if you resonate with whatever he is saying, don't forget to go and vote for him if you are from Wamunyu Yathui ward, so that he can also get your vote. Thank you so much, our viewer, and see you next time. Kwaheri.
Thank you.